1, we are following developing news. A home and a parked car were damaged in a hit and run earlier this morning. Investigators arrived at the corner of Arnold and Bernice near Woodlawn Elementary School just before 8 this morning. Officers say a gray Mazda 3 ran a stop sign before going across the street and striking a home. The vehicle also hit a parked car next door. Investigators say 2 unidentified women were in the vehicle, but they took off after the collision. The passenger has been detained, but the driver is still on the loose. No one was injured. This is a developing story. We will have an update for you as we continue to learn more.